What about Jack Conklin? Do you think he plays? If not, who plays in his spot? How important is it?
This is actually an interesting one, and I'm just thinking back in my mind. We were in a similar spot last year with the Browns and Odell Beckham Jr. at the same time. Everybody we heard, positives Odell over the summer, and then as we got closer to the weekend, all of a sudden they weren't necessarily sure if Odell Beckham Jr. wasn't going to play right away, and he didn't make his debut till week 3. Jack Conklin, same kind of thing. And look, if you're looking at it under an analytic lens, it's 18 weeks of football. That is a long, long time. Jack doing some things in individual drills. So the question is, are we going down that same path? Because the Browns are definitely a team where even if the player says, I'm good enough, the Browns during the Stefanski era and the Barry era have said, you know what? All right, next week, you're our guy. We're going to take one more. We're going to make absolutely sure of this. So I'm not sure necessarily that Jack Conklin is going to play Sunday. You look at maybe a player like Chris Hubbard, he'd probably be the first one up. Kind of forgotten, as he got hurt last year, kind of forgotten that he even re-signed. So he's here. But the Browns did make an interesting signing over the weekend in Joe Haeg. Out of North Dakota State, played with Carson Wentz at North Dakota State, has a great athletic profile. Certainly matches well to a wide zone scheme as far as what you would look for from a right tackle. He's athletic. He plays well in space. He gets to the players he has to block quickly. Long arms, good extension. I think he is the guy, and maybe there's a possibility he's a starting right tackle for this team going further as the Browns sign him to a longer than one-year deal, or he could become the new swing guy, Chris Hubbard-like, who can play several roles on this team. But the Joe Haeg signing, and he does have some familiarity with this. Maybe there's a chance for playing time for him on Sunday. But I got to think, if just looking at the way the tea leaves went last year for Odell, I think it's going to maybe fall where the Browns are going to feel safer to not play Jack Conklin week 1.
Yeah, and you're right. 18 weeks, you're going to need him. You want him for more games as opposed to less. So
nobody's lacking on reps right now. So for anybody to have to jump in and start week 1, they're ready to go. If it's week 3, it's week 4, it's a little bit of a different story.